Good morning, everyone. Welcome to another Rookie Card Collector 123 video. In today's episode, we're going to continue our look at the true rookie cards for the National Baseball Hall of Famers. We've been working backwards in alphabetical order, beginning with Z. We are currently at the M's, so we're, I think, close to halfway through the Hall of Fame roster. So the first card we're going to look at today is going to be Juan Marichal, Giants all-time great starting pitcher from the Dominican Republic. Marichal's rookie card is the 1961 Topps, as you can see here. These are fairly easy to find at your local card show, eBay, etc. Marichal actually has one card earlier than this, which was a minor league issue. It was put out in 1960, the year before, by the National Bank of Tacoma. He pitched for the Tacoma Giants AAA ball club in the minor leagues. And the bank put out a series of, it was either 20 or 25 cards picturing the Tacoma Giants team players. There's also a Matty Alou in that set as well. And those are very scarce, very tough to find, and those would be pre-rookie Juan Marichal as they picture him in his minor league uniform. So true Marichal rookie, 1961 Topps. Next up we have Walter Rabbit Moranville. Moranville is pictured here in his 1914 Cracker Jack card. These have gained a lot of popularity in the last few years. The bright red backgrounds present a really nice contrast to the player images, and it's become a super valuable and super popular set these days. They printed the same images in 1915 in almost every case, except that the backs of the 1915 cards are in upside down format, whereas the 1914 backs duplicate the image on the front. So Moranville was a star for the 1914 Boston Braves, the Miracle Braves club that had a very low team batting average and still ended up winning the pennant that year. Moranville was a star shortstop. So 1914 Cracker Jack Rabbit Moranville true rookie card. Next up we have a 1929 cash-in. This is Heine Manouche. Manouche was one of the great batting average hitters during the late 20s and throughout the 30s in Major League Baseball. This was very much an offensive era in Major League Baseball, so Manouche's numbers might look a little better than possibly they would be if you compared them to, say, a dead ball era hitter or hitters that played in tougher decades like the 60s. So Manouche played primarily for the Washington Senators. He also has another 29 rookie card, which just as good as this one. It's the 29/30 exhibit 4-on-1 card, picturing him along with 3 other Washington teammates. The Manouche cash-in card here is probably the more popular, being that it's an individual image, and it's also more clearly defined as 1929 rather than the 2-year 1929/30 period. So 29 cash-in Manouche true rookie card. Next to that, this one really needs no introduction. Of course, the 1951 Bowman Mickey Mantle, the only real rookie card option for Mantle. He was in the higher number series, making it a tougher card, along with the Willie Mays from that year. Those are by far the top 2 cards in that set. Mantle, of course, all-time great. One of the hobby icons, the 52 Topps. Some collectors mention it as a rookie card. It's obviously not. Fantastic card. It comes from the Topps High Number series from that season, which is iconic. But the true mantle rookie, no debating, 1951 Bowman. Okay, next one we're going to look at is a more obscure card. This one is a 1996. It's a set called Negro League Playing Cards. Was put out in the format of a playing card deck with 52 cards, with the clubs, the diamonds, the hearts, and the spades. Each card pictures a Negro League great, and this one shows Effa Manley. Manley is the only female currently in the National Baseball Hall of Fame. Manley, along with her husband Abe, was the owner of the Newark Eagles ball club and the Negro National League. She took over during the mid 30s and was there till around 1950 or so, the integration of Major League Baseball, and is given credit for building one of the great Negro League dynasties, like I said, during the late 30s and through the 40s in Negro League Baseball. She was able to sign Monty Irvin, Larry Doby, Mule Suttles, Ray Dandridge, Leon Day, among other Negro League stars. So Effa Manley, the only female in the National Baseball Hall of Fame, 1996 Negro League playing card. Next up, we have Greg Maddux, more modern card here. This is 1987 Donruss rated rookie. At this point, the card companies were producing cards in mass, so these are very easy to find. Maddux also appears in the 87, a couple of updated sets, the Topps Traded and the Fleer update. This one was produced at the beginning of the season, so it's a base set card, and my preference for a Maddux rookie. He also has a few other cards that season that were produced between the regular series and the update series. Leaf is another one. The Leaf one is more tougher to find and more valuable, but uses the exact same image as the Donruss here. So 1987 true rookie card, Greg Maddux, Donruss rated rookie. Okay, next we're going to look at is Lee MacPhail. Lee MacPhail is the son of Larry MacPhail, who's also a Hall of Famer. We're going to look at him next. Lee MacPhail was in an executive position. Never really had any cards produced during his active duty in Major League Baseball. So the earliest card that I've been able to come up with is a 1980 to 2001. These were Perez Steel postcards. They were artwork done by Dick Perez, who was hired by the Baseball Hall of Fame to produce paintings on postcard size format of everybody in the Hall of Fame as of that time. So Lee MacPhail, 1980 to 2001, Perez Steel Hall of Fame postcard. And as we mentioned just now, Larry MacPhail is also a National Baseball Hall of Famer as an executive slash pioneer as well. And he does appear in a card a little bit earlier than Lee's card. His is a 1973 to 80 TCMA All-Time Greats. This was a set that was put out in the 70s by TCMA, which is the same company that put out numerous minor league team sets during the 70s and 1980s. These are black and white cards picturing primarily Hall of Famers, as well as a few other non-Hall of Famers, but they were major MLB stars. And these go back to the 19th century. So these are all commemorative cards. Okay. Okay, we're going to look at a couple of key Negro League cards here at this point. So first we have Biz Mackey. Biz Mackey began his career around 1920 or so, maybe late teens. He was with the Indianapolis ABCs and would play for a number of other top Negro League ball clubs during the 20s and 30s. and into the 40s, where he was a player coach with the Newark Eagles under F. Manley, who I just mentioned. So Mackey's true rookie card is from Cuba, as of course they never made any Negro League cards in the U.S. So this is a 1924 to 25 Aguilitas. It's actually called Aguilitas Segundas, which means the second Aguilitas series. But the odd thing about that is Aguilitas printed two series, 24, 25, and then again in 26 and 27. But the Mackey card is from the earlier series, 2020, 24, 25. But it's labeled second, but it actually was the first. So Biz Mackey, his only true playing days baseball card, 24, 25, Aguilitas, Segundas, Winter League card from Cuba. Okay, next to him, we've got our first 1887 to 90 Old Judge card that we're going to look at today. These are the famous 19th century tobacco cards put out by Goodwin and Company, cataloged as N172s. This one pictures Connie Mack, who looks like he's getting ready to hit a ball, which is probably hanging from a string in the studio where the photograph was taken. The Mack's in his batting pose. As with the case with many others, Mack appears multiple times in the Old Judge set with different poses and different variations. He's overall one of the tougher players to find in the Old Judge series. Always in high demand because of his 50-year managerial career with the Philadelphia Athletics, beginning at the turn of the century and running all the way up to 1950. So Mack, before that, was a major league ball player, but not a big star, not in the Hall of Fame for his playing days ability, but for his managerial skills. Okay, next up was going to be Ted Lyons. Lyons was a longtime starting pitcher, primarily Chicago White Sox. Lyons' true rookie card would be this 1924 Diaz cigarettes. These are extremely rare. These actually came from Cuba as well, similar to the Biz Mackey card. But these were printed of U.S. players only. There was about 100 cards in the set. The other unique thing about this set was that they included only pitchers. So all 100 cards in the set are MLB pitchers. So Ted Lyons, true rookie card, one of the real tough ones. Pop report on this is probably under 5 total. Next to Lyons, oddly enough, we have another Cuban rookie card. This is another one that printed a set printed of all U.S. players. It's the 1930 Bagor chocolates. These are very small, less than an inch all the way around. They're square cards with real photographic images on them. And this is Al Lopez. Al Lopez would be elected to the Hall of Fame later for his managerial accomplishments, but he's here pictured as a player in 1930 as a catcher. And the Bagor chocolate's not as rare as the Diaz cigarettes, but these are quite scarce as well. Population's probably somewhere in the 10 to 20 range or so. So another really tough one to find, 1930 Bagor chocolate, Al Lopez. Okay, next one we're going to look at is a 1933 tattoo orbit, Ernie Lombardi. Lombardi, of course, was the great Cincinnati Reds catcher, beginning in the early 30s, to run through the early 1940s, mid 1940s. Part of the world champion Cincinnati Reds teams of the 1939-40 era, and one of the top hitting catchers in the Hall of Fame. The Tattoo Orbit set is one of the tougher early 30s issues, much harder to find than the Gaudis, the Diamond Stars, the Batter Ups. Tattoo Orbit is tougher than all of those. I wouldn't say it's super scarce. You can find them out there, but not an easy one. So Ernie Lombardi, 1933, Tattoo Orbit, true rookie card. Next up here is one of the really big Negro League rookie cards. This one actually set a record for the highest sale ever for a Negro League card back in 2012, 2013, I believe. Hake's Auction sold an example of this. It's a 1910 Punch Cigars Pop Lloyd. The example sold at that time for 95,000 and change, almost broke the 100,000 barrier, and that was by far the highest public sale of a Negro League card up to that point. So Pop Lloyd was a star, primarily shortstop. Began his career in the late 1900s, ran through the teens and well into the 20s, and he retired in the mid to late 20s. He played for some of the most significant early Negro League clubs ever. He played for the New York Lincoln Giants. He played winter ball in Cuba, where this card is from, the 1910 Punch Cigars, as well as other winter ball seasons overseas in Latin America. So Pop Lloyd, 1910 Punch, one of the biggest cards in Negro League baseball collecting. Next up, we have a 1925 to 31. So these were issued over a 6-year period. They actually were produced in 2 print runs. One was 1925 and the other was 1931. They were not produced during all those years, just the first year and the last year. This is Fred Lindstrom. He was a third baseman slash shortstop primarily for the New York Giants during the 20s and 30s. The John McGraw ball clubs that won National League pennants multiple times. Lindstrom was a good hitter for an infielder at the time, and a good defensive player as well. These W590s are not too easy to come across. The population's probably somewhere in the 20s, I would say. So they're not extremely rare, but not easy to find. So Fred Lindstrom, W590 from 1925 to 31. And the last card we're going to look at today is another Negro League great. Very recently, Hake's Auction sold a Buck Leonard Playing Days, sort of a card, but not really a card. This one I'll talk about this one first, and then I'll mention the one that just sold recently. So this is a 1974 Lachlan All-Time Black Stars. We've talked about a number of these in past episodes covering the true rookie cards. So Buck Leonard never had any Negro League cards in the U.S. during his playing days, as we all know already. He also did not have anything printed overseas in Latin America during winter ball. So this was really the only true rookie card option for Leonard. It was the earliest card. There was subsequently Shakey's Pizza made a card in '76, and then more recent cards after that. But this was the earliest true card. The Hakes Buck Leonard that recently sold was graded by CGC. They just started grading these issues. Previously, SGC had graded a few, I would imagine, in the last couple of years. And they're from a 1948 to 49 Trinidad EO. They're basically images from a team premium, sort of a booklet. And these were images of individual players that appeared in the booklet that you could separate. And like I said, CGC has just recently started grading these. That one sold for almost $10,000. It's a 1948-49 Buck Leonard. So it was toward the end of his playing days, but it was a contemporary item, but not a card. It was a page from a premium. So 1974 Lachlan Old Time Black Stars Buck Leonard True Rookie card. So that's going to wrap up today's episode as we continue our look through the alphabetical listing of true rookie cards. We will continue again next time with the L's as we're at right now. I hope you guys got some useful useful information out of the video today, and hope you liked the video. And have a great day, and I'll catch you guys on the next one.